Hi guys. Hello Facebook. Welcome to Rockwall County. This is county number 57 on our Texas County Courthouses tour. Our family project of visiting all 254 Texas County courthouses is being documented on the public Facebook group #TX254. You can see our progress, pictures, and videos there. Join the group for updates and feel free to share around the state. Now, Rockwall has had 4 county courthouses. There are 2 that are still standing. We just did a video at the old county courthouse that's used for commie court meetings, and this is the present day county courthouse. And today we've got Jeff Morgan with us, so say hi to Jeff, and he's got a great story to share about county courthouses and county crap.
Yeah, the latter I could agree with, not so much about the former part.
Right.
But anyway, I used to live in Rockwall, Texas. I was here when there were a lot of arguments going on about the building of this courthouse because it's on prime land. There was going to be a large bond to build it. So there was some delays in it. But now I look at this courthouse and everybody thinks, what a beautiful courthouse. I look at the courthouse from having been on the inside, and I consider it to be a den of iniquity. Sorry, that's the way that I look at it, but that's the way that it is. You have justices or judges in there that refuse to follow the law. So, for example, there is one judge in particular, in Justice of the Peace, Jack James. In Justice of the Peace, Jack James, Precinct 1, Rockwall, Texas, and in Justice James knows me. We actually were comrades together at the GOP Rockwall breakfast not too long ago. And in Justice of the Peace, Jack James didn't really realize who I was until I started to speak. You could see him turn red at that point, because when I came into his courtroom, one of the things he told me is that we are not looking at any evidence. We're not going to consider any evidence. This was a hearing that I thought, what am I supposed to do? I'm coming into a small claims court, and in Justice of the Peace, Jack James says, we're not looking at any evidence. Then he goes on further, and he listens to my ex-wife talk about a couple of things, gave her a couple of softball questions, can you please hit the ball for me? And then turns to me like a prosecuting attorney. At the end of about 30 minutes, he said to me, I've beaten you up enough. In Justice of the Peace, Jack James, I have beaten you up enough. And then he again turned to my ex-wife and said, well, do you have anything else to say? Well, Your Honor, you don't have any jurisdiction. Do you have a statute for this? No, I don't, Your Honor. Oh, that must be good. That must be good. This is the type of crap that takes place here. And the people in Rockwall, Texas know me quite well. I was very actively involved in the Rockwall GOP. In 2012, I was working on the Texas GOP state platform. And by the way, in the state platform for the Texas GOP, it calls for the repeal of no-fault divorce, unilateral divorce. Now, it's very interesting because in this upcoming legislature, some of our people have said there's really no appetite to fix problems with family law. Family law affects every single person in the state of Texas. You are a Republican, you're a Democrat, a Libertarian, you have no political party. You're a Christian, you're a Muslim, you're a Buddhist, you're something else. It does not make any difference. You're a man or a woman, you're a father or a mother, you're a child, you're a grandchild, you're a grandparent, you're an aunt or an uncle. It affects you. It may affect a brother that you have, or a sister, or a close friend, or a relative, or a coworker. Every single person in the state of Texas is affected by what happens in these family courts and what happens in our Texas family code. Now, there is no appetite this upcoming session to fix these problems within our Texas family code. The legislature has the authority and the power to change the family code to make it right. They are basically saying we're okay with the injustices that are taking place. We are okay with judges dismissing evidence, suppressing evidence, and not even admitting it into a court. We're okay with the Texas State Commission on Judicial Conduct who says we have no jurisdiction over what these judges do in their courts. What is the sham commission doing? It does absolutely nothing. The reason I'm here primarily, and the reason that I got very much involved with this, is because of a false accusation that was made against me. And thank you, by the way, Hank Whitman and Children's Protective Services. You played a very crucial part in this. But now I have not seen my grandchildren for almost 3.5 years. Prior to that time, I was considered by CPS, a very strong safety net for my grandchildren. Because Children's Protective Services would refuse to tell the truth and exonerate me and say I had nothing to do with any of this stuff. I was sued by my daughter. My ex-wife got in front of the judge, committed perjury, and I do have the transcripts, and multiple instances of perjury. And this was not her first instance of perjury, by the way. her only instance of perjury, I should say. And yet I'm the one that has to pay to defend myself. They get off scot-free. And our legislature has no appetite to fix this problem. And I will tell you right now, I look at my case as being relatively mild compared to the people that I know.
Yeah.
People that have had their kids kidnapped from them, people that have had CPS come in and take kids for no reason and jail the parents sometimes. I see what happens in divorce court hearings, and if you are a reluctant person in a divorce court hearing, you will never win. It is mandated by the Constitution, by the Texas Family Code, that if anybody claims insupportability, no evidence is needed, that person wins. Often that person also prepares, so they get the kids, they get the house, they get the assets. You get rewarded with child support or something like that. And if you don't pay your child support, you may have your driver's license taken or go to jail. And we all know that. And Attorney General Ken Paxton knows that. We've had a meeting with him last year. He did not really address the issue. Michelle Smith, who used to work for Attorney General Ken Paxton, used to live in Rockwall. Michelle Smith, greetings to you once again. We worked on the Rick Santorum campaign together. I know you've worked for Angela right now.
She's blocked me.
She's blocked me too. But anyway, I've heard she's done some good things.
Sure.
But we have this horrendous system. And this place right here is one of the worst of them. And I'm saying not just Rockwall, I'm saying all the courthouses.
It's everywhere.
In fact, if you go to the other side here, there's a Veterans Memorial, and it's amazing because we honor our veterans on the outside, and on the inside of these courtrooms, these halls of iniquity, we deprive veterans of due process and equal protection under law on a continual basis. And it's not just veterans. If you are a citizen of the state of Texas, that could be you up there.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm here. I had no idea what your project was, but when I heard you were going to Rockwall, I'm like, I'm going.
And the weird thing is when I do these, every once in a while I'll get a text or a message, hey Amy, are you going to talk about all the crap that goes on in these courthouses and call out these judges? And I'm like, I don't have time to do that on top of what all we're doing, but I think everybody knows where I stand about our mafia judicial system.
Right, and by the way, I only named just injustice of the peace, Jack James. There are many others that
layers, all the different layers of judges is just overwhelming.
The problem is with this whole thing is that once you go down the rabbit hole, you find all of these different detours, and you're like, good grief, I can't believe this stuff.
Rabbit trails.
This is the state of Texas. And there is no appetite in our legislature, who has the authority and the ability to change these things. There's no appetite to address these obvious injustices. And by the way, the Texas Family Law Foundation, they love the injustices because that's how they make money. They make money off of you.
And it's not even just Texas. I've had people posting about Ohio and other states.
Yeah.
So I want you to make sure that you follow up and post your story in the comments.
And
if anybody else has stories about their judicial experience, feel free to post them in my comments. I can't take a lot of time in each of these videos to do this because we're kind of racing the sun. But this is all important crap, and I hope you'll be down there at the legislative session when they start. So
I absolutely will be. I absolutely will be.
Excellent.
Several times.
So that's Jeff's story. I'm going to kind of finish our script here, and we're going to keep going. But keep watching, guys. There's a lot going on, not just in these videos. So anyway, we are moving very quickly as we attempt to visit all 254 county courthouses in Texas. And since we are usually visiting them when they're closed, we are not trying to take the time to go inside. We're just blasting through real fast. We are, however, leaving these little hand-stamped pennies that we made as souvenirs for each county. They have our hashtag TX254 and the state outline on the front, and the unique FIPS code for each county on the back. That's the Federal Information Processing Standards. Do you guys know your FIPS code for your county? Go look it up. Now, all the Texas codes begin with 48, so the back only has the unique 3-digit code. The feds use odd numbers in this system, so Rockwall County is number 397, and we used an A for the older courthouse that we just did, and we've got a B on this one for this new courthouse. Now, the odd numbers really appeal to us because when you're traveling with a teenage girl, you can't even. Anyway, check out TexasEscapes.com to learn more about this courthouse and see better pictures. We are headed to, where are we going next? Rains County next. So, if you'd like your own hand-stamped penny, visit the Penny Portal on Facebook or check out our Patreon link on the hashtag TX254 group. 57 down, 197 to go. Yeehaw, y'all.
Thanks, Amy. Thanks for letting me be here,
Thank you,
too.
Jeff.
Thank you.